Good evening and welcome to Gilmour Academy Ice Arena for tonight's game between the CVCA Royals and the Nordonia Knights. You're watching CVCA Royals hockey. My name is Tim Nichols, and we're glad to be with you tonight here from Gilmour Academy Ice Arena, where tonight the Royals bring a 2-4 record into this contest against the Knights, who are looking for their first win of the season. They come into the contest at 0-5. It'll be a small crowd here tonight at the Gilmour Academy Ice Arena. Nordonia's athletic director and department has limited capacity to a single ticket for Nordonia players. Unfortunately, no players' parents or families are in attendance here from CVCA other than yours truly and the live stream crew, which is made up tonight of Sean Mosher, Mike Dearden, and Jeff Porter, who are alongside to assist me tonight. The Royals are taking the ice. The clock will begin its countdown once again. The Royals tonight in the all-blue uniforms, blue shells, blue tops, and blue helmets. Currently, we are waiting on the Knights to arrive. It's Sunday night hockey for CVCA, and we're looking forward to bringing it to you. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a few moments to give you a preview of tonight's action. Welcome once again to Gilmour Ice Arena, Gilmour Academy Ice Arena, where tonight the CVCA Royals will be taking on the Nordonia Knights in Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League action. The Knights have entered the ice on their home arena. And again, Nordonia will be looking for its first win of the season tonight after starting the season campaign out at 0-5 thus far. The Royals bring a 2-4 record into the contest. The 2020 season for CVCA and Nordonia. The two teams opened the regular season 22 days ago on November 22nd in the Dan Costill Rec Center at Garfield Heights in a high-scoring affair that was won by the Royals 13-10. Tonight's game is a rematch of that season opening matchup, but it comes with a markedly different lineup for CVCA. In the opener, brand new backup goalie Karsten Hauk stepped in and stopped enough shots, 24 out of 34, to earn his first career victory in net. In his first ever time in the ice as a hockey player, that is. Hauk was pressed into duty as senior goaltender JT Nichols and his brother, sophomore defenseman Zach Nichols, were finishing up a COVID-related quarantine. Both Nichols boys are back in for this matchup tonight, and the senior goaltender and four-year starter for CVCA should be a difference maker. The first meeting between the Royals and the Knights was a testy affair, as the teams racked up 46 penalty minutes combined, 36 of those by the Nordonia skaters. The Royals did make Nordonia pay on that night for their lack of self-discipline, with 4 power play goals, which ultimately were the difference in the game. It's a game that's unlikely to make either goaltender's highlight reel, but the Royals were glad to come out on top by the unconventional 13-10 score in the hockey game. Junior forward from CVCA, Luke Parada, led the Royals on that night. He beat Knights goaltender Tommy Lippincott 5 times, added 2 assists for a 7-point game on the 22nd of November. Gabe Dearden added 4 goals and an assist. Senior assistant captain Sam Porter notched his first career hat trick for CVCA. And junior center Jack Lamline recorded 1 goal but 7 assists for CVCA for an 8-point evening. For Nordonia, 9 different Knights scored goals against CVCA, with Brian Sebastian the only Knights player to record multiple goals. He finished the game with 2. Karsten Carroll scored a goal and had 4 assists to lead the Knights. But it's questionable whether we'll see him tonight. We'll check and see if he's out there in the pregame warm-up. Carroll's recorded 4 major penalties in the last 2 Knights games, and depending on whether the USA Hockey Rule 411 is levied this evening, he may be facing a potential suspension due to the accumulation of major penalties. Both teams are coming off a loss this weekend. Last time out on Friday night, CVCA put forth a valiant effort, but fell to the Normandy Invaders by a score of 4-2. It was a 1-goal game late in the third period before the Invaders notched an empty net goal with 12 seconds left. Final score again, 4-2. Jack Lamline and Caden Ballard scored goals for CVCA. And senior goaltender JT Nichols kept the Royals close. He stopped 27 shots in the first period alone. As the game went scoreless into the first intermission, the Royals endured a Normandy onslaught from the initial puck drop. But it was a hard-fought game. Ultimately, the Royals coming up 1 goal short before the empty net goal made the final margin. Normandy 4 and CVCA 2. Again, the Royals enter the contest with a 2-4 record. Wins over these Nordonia Knights and NDCL. Losses are to Kent Roosevelt, Strongsville, Toledo Whitmer, and Normandy on Friday night. We mentioned that Nordonia enters the game at 0-5. After that 10-goal outburst against CVCA on opening night, they've struggled to score goals with just 8 goals in their last 4 games. Yesterday, the Knights lost a heartbreaker on the road at NDCL by a score of 2-1 in overtime. Knights goaltender Tommy Lippincott deserved a better fate, but he was beaten by NDCL senior Anthony Gadiche with just over 2 minutes left in overtime, while teammate Carson Carroll sat in the box after taking an ill-timed boarding penalty. The 5-on-4 power play was the difference as Gadiche came in, streaking across between the blue line and the goal. So Nordonia fared well yesterday, but not quite well enough in a game against NDCL, falling again by a score of 2-1. Nordonia is coached by head coach Rich Sinelli. Sinelli was quoted in My Town NEO after yesterday's game saying that his Knights have about as much finesse as a sledgehammer. He said, "We're a strong to the puck team." Keeping with the Knights' DNA, they recorded 21 penalty minutes yesterday, including 3 more 5-minute majors for boarding. The Royals will have to play tonight's game with a swivel, where the head's on a swivel, that is, to ensure they are up to the task of competing with the high-intensity Nordonia Knights, who like to bring a physical presence to the game. The head man behind the bench for CVCA is head coach Doug Fair and Jonathan Beckett. Clock is winding down during the pregame warm-ups here. There's about 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining on the clock before we get underway tonight from Gilmour Academy Ice Arena. The Royals, Karsten Hauk, in between the pipes at the moment. Warming up. Senior goaltender JT Nichols making his way inside the blue line. Nichols will get the start tonight than they did in that opening game on the 22nd of November. We mentioned before Nichols missed that first opening game of the season. He did play the next game since last spring against Strongsville, Red Division team. And the Royals did lose that game 7-1, but since then, Nichols has been sharp in net. His goals against average has reduced to 4.26 after that initial 7-goal performance against Strongsville. And in the last 2 games, he gave up 3 goals to Normandy and 3 goals to NDCL. And prior to that, 3 goals to Kent Roosevelt as well. The final 4-2 score against Kent, a result of another empty net goal toward the end of that game. We're less than a minute to go before they make the announcements of the starting lineups tonight. Both teams retrieving the pucks out of their goals after the pregame warm-up. We're just about ready, and they put 15 minutes on the clock. Well, we know that many of you would rather be here than listening to my voice tonight. We're glad you're with us on Boxcast on the CVCA Athletics Facebook page and the CVCA Boosters YouTube page, where this event is simulcasting and streaming. You can follow the live stream on Twitter. The Twitter handle is @CVCA Livestream. And feel free to let us know where you're watching tonight's game. We'll try and check between periods and see if we can interact with some of you. At this point, we'll turn the game over to the public address announcer who will give us our starting lineups.
Both CVCA and Nordonia High School are members of the Ohio High School Athletic Association and abide by high standards of conduct, competition, and relations with member schools. The athleticism in this game are friendly rivals, while the competition on the ice may be fierce. All in attendance are reminded that this is a game played by student athletes
The lineups have been announced to the folks that are in attendance here tonight, and we're going to pause for the playing of our national anthem. And the national anthem is completed. The teams head toward their respective benches. We're getting ready to play. The Knights starting 4 different starters than they did in the first effort against CVCA in the lineup tonight for Nordonia. Senior forward Anthony Rock, senior forward Anthony Stutler, freshman defenseman Brett Rapp, and senior forward Matt Monaco. They're replacing Brian Sebastian, Carson Carroll, Kenton Carroll, and Max Zustian, all who got starts in that first effort. The only starter, other than goalie Tommy Lippincott, who started in the original game on November 22nd, is junior defenseman Josh Krasinski. So the Royals getting a different look from the Nordonia Knights tonight, and the Knights certainly, as we mentioned before, will get a different look from CVCA with JT Nichols between the pipes tonight. The Royals come out to center ice. Here come the Knights. We're getting ready to go. 15 minutes is on the clock. Tim Nichols with you. And we're glad that you're with us tonight for Royals hockey. Taking the face-off, 27, Matt Monaco and Jack Lamline for the Royals. The puck is dropped and we're underway. The puck is pushed back into the CVCA zone. First period action as Gabe Dearden retrieves the puck for CVCA. Dearden up the boards, tries to look for Sam Porter, finds Lamline instead. He's across the blue line, racing in, shot on Lippincott is saved, the first of the ball game, or the hockey game rather, and we're underway. Royals, Parada behind the net, looking to find an open teammate. Parada now circles, still with it, finds Dearden. Dearden from the right side pushes it forward, and it's pushed out of the offensive zone all the way down the ice. It's going to be icing. 25-cent fine to myself for calling it a ball game in the first 30 seconds. Face-off will be to the right, it appears, of senior goaltender Tommy Lippincott for the Nordonia Knights. Lamline steps in. Check that, it's Caden Ballard. Ballard, who had a great shorthanded goal the other night. Royals try to keep it in. It's knocked out. Here come the Knights. And the Royals race back to the other end. Puck is knocked toward Lippincott. Royals keep it in. Ballard battles on the far side against number 24 for Nordonia. They do not have a 24 listed, so we'll try and get a name for him. But he does push it up across the blue line into the offensive zone for the Knights. Dearden checks him, and the Royals come back the other direction. Across the red line through neutral ice into the offensive zone. Shot is blocked. Ballard pressures and knocks it further in. That was Matthew Porter who brought the puck up the ice. Now the Knights control, try to clear their defensive zone. With it is Daniel Kimpton. Kimpton circles, still trying to find his way out. Lots of stick handling and turns it over. Matthew Porter, now Parada. Parada behind the net. Parada circles, looking for reinforcement. Still with it. Parada tries to find Ballard, and it's knocked aside. Here come the Knights to clear it out. Across the red line into the Royals' end, and the Knights will get a change. Mark Mosher's there to retrieve the puck for CVCA. Mosher pushes it up. Looks like Parada. Parada now circles and heads out through the neutral zone and knocks it far into the Royal zone. And the referee, a stickler there, calls icing on CVCA as Luke Parada was just shy of the center ice line. They'll bring the puck all the way down into the Royals' defensive zone for a face-off. And this one will come to the left of senior goaltender JT Nichols. Early first period action, 12:55 to go. Monaco, and it looks like Lamline once again. Puck is dropped. It is funneled toward Nichols. He may have made a save on that. A little bit screened were we, so we'll give him one. Dearden retrieves and starts out. Gabe Dearden out of the defensive zone through center neutral ice. Still with the puck into the offensive zone. Shot on Lippincott is just wide. There for the, not the rebound, to try and retrieve it is Morgan Joy. She's got help. It looks like Landline's with her. It squirts out. Here's Parada from about 10 feet. Looks, shoots. The puck is shot in and scored by Morgan Joy. Luke Parada with the shot. Joy was there in the rebound, and that's her first CVCA goal of her career. She almost had a pair of goals, a pair of chances the other night against the against the Normandy Invaders. This time she had the puck float to her stick, and she knew right what to do with it, putting it by Lippincott, and with 12:20 to go in the first period, the Royals are out to a 1-0 lead. Play resumes. The Royals still trying to keep the pressure on. Far zone. Dearden looks to get it, but the Knights have it. Far corner, knocked up. Back down deep. Chasing after it is Brian Sebastian. Sebastian now sends it near side. The Royals trying to break out of the defensive zone, and here they come. Jack Lamline across center ice. Lamline shoots it in. It's onside. The Royals do back off just in case it had been offside. So the Knights try and clear it out. Near side. A little pushing and shoving going on. Referee kind of in the way. And now it's knocked down into the Royal zone. Mosher chases. Knocked back out. And in now by Daniel Kimpton. Behind the net. Mosher has it. Far side. The Royals try and get it out, but not quite. It's pushed back in. Zach Nichols in to recover. Nichols has it, and he'll start the push up ice. Finds Sam Porter. Porter cross ice. Still not out, though. The Royals need to be careful here. And finally it's out, but pushed back in. Nichols pushes it forward. Misses Caden Ballard, but it does get across the red line and into the offensive zone. The Knights will try and push it back out. They do into center ice. Nichols D to D. Cross ice to Mark Mosher. Mosher pushes it forward. And they wave off the icing as the puck goes behind the Nordonia Knights net. 10 minutes, 41 seconds to go. Royals on top 1-0. Lamline chases now to the point. Mosher doesn't get to him. Ballard has it back into Lamline. Lamline, as the Royals make a change, controlling. Stick handling comes out of the zone, waiting for the Royals change to be completed. Far side now finds Dearden. Dearden across the blue line with a shot. Wrist shot is pushed aside by Lippincott. It goes to the near boards. Joy is there, the goal scorer. She tries to keep it in, and it is pushed out. Here come the Knights with it. Owen Tyndall pushes it in behind JT Nichols. Zach Nichols, his brother, now goes to retrieve on the near side. Nichols sends it out, and Nordonia will have to reset. Josh Krasinski tries to push it in, cannot control, and here comes Gabe Dearden with some speed through the neutral zone. Dearden being pressured. And the puck is finally pushed in, but no one there. It's recovered by one of the Knights. but not out. Luke Parada is on it. Parada pushes it deep. Matthew Porter was there. Now it's sent back far side. With it is number 24. Again, we'll try and get a name and a number on him later on. But he's pushed aside, and the Royals do retrieve it once again. It looks like it's Jack Lamline. Lamline retreats behind his own net. Now pushes it far side, looking for Dearden. It doesn't quite find him. Kept in by Matt Monaco. Monaco behind the net. Monaco looking for help. It's in front of Nichols. Now it sends back, and Nichols is there to stop the shot by Josh Krasinski, right between that CVCA Royals logo in the first period. We resume action. Nordonia controlling shot from point-blank range on Nichols. And it looks like Nordonia gets one by the senior goaltender. They do to tie the score at 1-1. The goal scored at 6 minutes and 4 seconds of the first period. The equalizer for the Nordonia Knights makes the score CVCA 1 and Nordonia 1. And a tip of the cap to a Nordonia parent here who has informed me that number 24 for the Knights is Jacob Waite. So 1-1 as we resume action. The Royals control. Parada knocks it in. That Nordonia goal is credited to Anthony Rock. Jack Lamline has the puck fall to his stick and just misses the net from point-blank range, trying to put the Royals back on top. Far side, Dearden tries to control in the neutral zone. He does, pushes forward and knocks it deep in behind the net. The Royals will chase it, as does Nordonia. The Knights try and push it out. Far side. Caden Ballard is there to push it back into the zone. It's knocked back out, and Morgan Joy controls. She finds Ballard. Ballard pushes forward, 1-on-3, waiting for reinforcements. Does the smart thing and sends it far into the corner. Ballard still controls. Tries to work his way back. Porter had it for a moment, but here come the Knights with it. Brian Sebastian clears it, and the Knights move up ice. Poke check and then sent in, and we've got a stoppage. It looks like they will get Nordonia 4 and offsides. Nearing midway through the first period here from Gilmour Academy Ice Arena, CVCA 1 and the Nordonia Knights 1. Caden Ballard will take the face-off for CVCA. Brian Sebastian does the honors for the Knights. The Knights control and push it in deep. All the way around the boards, Gabe Dearden is there along with a pair of Knights. It's poked in deep. Mark Mosher retrieves. Mosher looks forward, finds Sam Porter across ice, and the Royals will head back up the ice. Ballard is knocked off the puck, but there to corral it is one of the Royals. Acrobatic job to try and stay onside by number 10, Sam Porter, but he could not. We'll get a face-off on the far face-off dot. Puck is down. Lamline knocks it deep into the zone. The Knights retrieve. Pressure by Parada. They try and break it out. They do. But the Royals intercept. Lamline looks for Parada. Just out of the outstretched stick of Luke Parada, the assistant captain. Down to the Nordonia end for an icing. 7 minutes exactly to go, first period, in a 1-1 hockey game. Face off to the left of JT Nichols. Puck is dropped to the Royals' control. Here comes Parada, streaming out of the zone, across the red line, and dumps it in right on Lippincott, who pushes it aside into the corner. There to retrieve it is Parada. Parada behind the net. Contorner, Lamline chases once again. Pressured. It looks like he's pressured by his counter. That's Rock, 11 on 11. Still near side boards. And loose. Lamline pushes it in deep once again. The Royals will reset, and so will the Knights. Nordonia heads up ice. And a huge collision by two CVCA Royals. Meanwhile, another collision. Puck is still loose deep end and still in the Nordonia zone and finally pushed out by CVCA. Friendly fire for the Royals that time, and they avert disaster in the defensive zone, and they'll try and reset. Up ice comes CVCA. That looks like Mark Mosher. Mosher with speed pushes it behind the goal. Sam Porter is there to chase. Nordonia is there to clean it up, however. Far side of the point, and a big hit by Dearden on Anthony Stutler. Meanwhile, the puck behind the Royals goal. Kimpton tries to center. Nice save by JT Nichols from point-blank range. CVCA with the puck trying to find and clear the zone. They do. This will be offsides if Nordonia touches, but Sam Porter's in to retrieve it. Porter back to the defenseman, and far side, up ice, they wave off the icing. Nordonia will go to retrieve it. That looks like Jacob Waite behind the goal. Waite pressured by Lamline, tries to get it up ice to a teammate, cross ice, that's Matt Monaco. Monaco loses control of the puck. Lamline is there to retrieve it. Lamline back into his own zone, looks across ice, tries to find Gabe Dearden, but it's poked out of play, and we've got a stoppage. That was Anthony Stutler on the defensive move for the Nordonia Knights. Shots on goal so far. The Knights have 4, the Royals with 3. The scoreboard reads Nordonia 1, CVCA 1, 4 minutes 56 seconds to go in the first period. We'll have a face-off from center ice. The referee drops the puck, and the Knights control into their offensive zone. Waite has it, centers, and it's cleared out. Looks like Dearden coming up with it. Dearden now with some speed through center ice. He's got one-on-one. Gabe Dearden comes, shoots, and it's blocked aside. Painful for the defenseman for the Knights. Dearden still controls, fires on Lippincott, who's there guarding the post, and he makes the save with 4 minutes and 33 seconds to go. The Nordonia Knight who made that save was number 21, or that block, 21, Brett Rapp, on the wrist shot by Dearden, and he limps to the Nordonia bench. That will certainly hurt for a while. He'll be okay, I'm sure. Face-off controlled by CVCA, shot by Dearden, and it's blocked by Lippincott. In there is Lamline to try and push it forward. Controls, now cycles it back, looking for Luke Parada in the corner. Parada does control, pressured by a Knight. Now back behind the goal. Morgan Joy is there, up to the point. Dearden pushes it forward, deflected. Lamline had a chance. In to clean up was Josh Krasinski. Still CVCA controls. And Lamline tried to find Zach Nichols, just missed. They come out of the zone and they'll reset. Dearden in on Lippincott once again, who scoops it up with the glove. Does drop it down, but not before the referee says we'll stop. Jack Lamline with a chance right there off the rebound in a 1-1 hockey game. Caden Ballard to take the face-off for CVCA. This one will come to the left of Lippincott. A delay as the second referee getting into position. Ballard controls. Pushes it into the corner. Sam Porter fights for it. Ballard himself there as well. Matthew Porter centers. It's knocked aside, and here comes the Knights, but Porter is there to scoop it up in the neutral zone and now pushes forward to no one in particular. Lazy pass there, almost bites the Knights, but Porter controls in the neutral zone, and the Royals will try and set up once again. Tipped in by Matthew Porter, so offsides is waved off. Sam Porter, the brother of Matthew Porter, chases. The Knights try to clear the zone. Ballard is there, tips it back in. Sam Porter fights for it. The puck flutters toward Lippincott, who pushes it aside, and it's scooped around. The Knights find 14. That's Carson Carroll. Carroll up ice into the offensive zone. Carroll being pushed aside. JT Nichols scoops it aside. The Knights do control. That's 6, Xavier Tidor. He finds a defenseman coming for reinforcements. D-to-D, cross ice. Daniel Kimpton looking for him. Kimpton has it knocked aside, and it is cleared out by CVCA. Into the neutral zone. Carson Carroll has it. Carroll looks for a friend. He finds number 5, Kimpton, back into the offensive zone. The shot is knocked aside. The Royals struck first when Morgan Joy found the back of the net for her first career CVCA goal. Anthony off the faceoff comes CVCA with a chance. Luke Parada has it poke checked away, and a punch to the face of Lamline, and they're going to get a penalty against Nordonia, but there may be a reaction by CVCA, and it may be sending 2 players off, one each for each team, I believe, if they get the reaction by the Royals. But up ice, Daniel Kimpton got a. It looks like they're only going to get Kimpton, so the Royals will go on the power play. So the first time on the power play for CVCA tonight, in the first game between these two teams, the Royals did score 4 power play goals against the Knights. The Royals send out Lamline, Parada, Porter, Mosher, and Dearden, the starters. They control the faceoff, and Parada has it. Parada circles toward the top, looks for Dearden. It's knocked away. Dearden does recover. Now finds Parada far side. Parada centers. Shot on Lippincott is pushed aside. Sam Porter battling for the rebound, but the Knights do clear it down the ice with 1:36. Back to retrieve is Lamline with pressure. Jack Lamline still controls. Heads up ice, but loses, and it's pushed back by the Knights. Mosher finds Dearden. Dearden now tries to get up ice. Stick handles across the red line into the offensive zone. Does Gabe Dearden go? In deep, looking for help. And it's knocked up into the netting on the near side. We'll get a face-off to the right of Tommy Lippincott. Face off. Lamline takes it. The Knights control it, and they clear it down the ice over the head of Mark Mosher, who skates and tries to recover. Does. Behind the goal, pushes it forward for Parada. Parada finds Lamline. Lamline with speed across, and now Lamline pulls up, shoots. Lippincott is there with a save. Back up to Mosher. Mosher tries to control, knocks it in deep. Caden Ballard is down there, but Ballard gets by him and tries to clear, but not out. Dearden keeps it in, sends it toward Ballard. Ballard, backhanded shot is knocked aside. Lamline chases. 27 seconds left on the power play for CVCA. Into the near corner. Knocked up. Mosher. Mosher shoots toward the goal, and it is just off the stick of goaltender Lippincott and out of play. We are within 1:38 left in the first period. 17 seconds left on the power play. Face off to the right of Lippincott. Controlled by the Royals. Parada has it. Parada skates toward the blue line. Leaves for Mosher. Mosher looks, fires toward the goal. Deflected by Lamline and pushed aside. Dearden has it. 6 seconds left on the power play. Dearden in the corner. Circles back. 2 seconds. 1 second. And now even strength. Back behind. Score by Luke Parada with 15 seconds left. Parada still benefiting from the advantage before the man got out of the box. Came behind the goal. Found himself with about 3 feet between himself and goalie Tommy Lippincott and beat him short side high. So if you're back with us, we are about 40 seconds or so from the start of the second period, although neither team is out back on the ice. And again, apologies for the difficulties with the stream tonight. Live streaming is tenuous at best. It is totally dependent on the quality of the internet feed coming in from internet hotspots, and whether it's AT&T or Sprint or T-Mobile tonight, we're looking at 1 bar of Wi-Fi activity here at Gilmour Academy Ice Arena. All right, we're back with you, ready for the start of second period action from Gilmour Academy Ice Arena. We've been trying to deal with technical difficulties with the Wi-Fi. We do think that we may have it solved, we hope, for a little while. And so we do recognize that we're saying that it may have been choppy during the first period for you. We are totally at the mercy of the Wi-Fi hotspot capability of AT&T, Sprint, or T-Mobile. It's been 1 bar so far here at Gilmour Academy Ice Arena on all 3 networks. We do hope, though, we have it solved and figured out here for the second and third periods. The score is 2-1, and we're ready to go. Royals going from left to right this period. Nordonia will go from right to left. The Royals in their blue shells, blue tops. Big hit by Luke Parada. Shot on goal on JT Nichols, which Nichols stops, but Parada is going to go to the box. They'll get him for elbowing. A 2-minute minor for elbowing for Luke Parada, and the Royals will go on the penalty kill right here at the start of the second period. Leading 2-1. That faceoff is nudged right toward Nichols, who covers it up. The clock does not even start. Face-off once again in the corner. The Royals try to clear. Do not. It's pushed back in. Nordonia controlling. Centering. Missed. Looking for number 20, Max Zuschin. From the point, shot is dribbled toward the right of Nichols into the corner. Royals try to clear. Nordonia tries to keep it in. They do. Krasinski now gets it to Sebastian. Sebastian looking for 14, Carson Carroll. Misses, but top of the key, the Knights keep it in. Shot stopped by JT Nichols. A second shot pushed aside by Nichols again, and the Royals do clear it. And Jack Lamline's after it. He may have a shorthanded chance. Lamline catches up, shoots, and it is saved by Lippincott. A second shot saved again. Lamline still has it. Now he'll take it back down the other side to waste time and control. The clock has not started on the penalty time, and so I believe it was at 14:48, despite the fact that it is not counting down. The game clock is. So there should be about 58 seconds left on the penalty to Jack Parada. The Royals clear, and Nordonia retrieves, and they'll try and break out once again. Cross ice, here they come, the Knights through center ice. Mark Mosher there, pressuring, battling, 27, that's Monaco. Far side and not knocked out, kept in by number 18, that's Josh Krasinski. Krasinski drives in low, and he's dispossessed of the puck, but not out. Centered and dribbled to the left of Nichols that time. Dearden recovers, tries to pass to himself, does, and fires the puck down the ice to clear. 13 minutes, 9 seconds. There should be about 10 seconds left on the power play for the Knights. Check that, 15 seconds left. Math on the fly. Through center ice, Mosher knocks it back down, and that should just about do it on the power play time. Parada should be out at 12:48, and here he comes. Back to even strength. The Royals face one in on Lippincott. Lippincott pushes it aside. Sam Porter's there to try and get the rebound. Circles behind the net, still tries to control and battle. Porter tries to center. Parada back to Porter. Porter looks, finds Mosher at the point. Mosher fires in, saved by Lippincott to the corner. Porter battles, and now finally the Knights control and try and break out. They do. Here comes Nordonia, trailing 2-1. Shot on Nichols, glove save. Kenton Carroll. with the pressure and the shot for the Nordonia Knights. "12 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Just underway in the second period. The Royals have staved off a penalty. Shot blocked and cleared out. Daniel Kimpton tried to knock it through, and they'll call icing despite the fact that Jack Lamline was the closest man to the puck for CVCA. So they'll bring the puck all the way back down the ice for a face-off to the right of CVCA's senior goaltender. Taking the face-off for the Knights is Brian Sebastian. Lamline does the honors for CVCA, and the Royals battle. Dearden being held, no call, despite the fact that he was held. Dearden pushes it up ice and into the Royals zone. Still a battle. Morgan Joy is there, falls down, still battling. Parada comes up with it, fires wide. The Knights try and clear, cannot. It's pushed back in. Luke Parada is on it. Parada behind the net. Parada circles far side. Now cycles back low in toward the goal. Tries to center, and it's knocked back. Nichols with it. Nichols slap shot deflected. Far side wide. Dearden recovers. Gabe Dearden down low. Dearden looking. Dearden puts it up to the point, and it's turned over. Battle back. Zach Nichols chasing back. Shot on JT Nichols is saved and knocked aside. Zach Nichols did a good job to push the offensive player for Nordonia to the far side. Another shot on Nichols, knocked down with the blocker and knocked out. And here comes Lamline with a breakaway. Jack Lamline in, shoots, and knocked aside by Tommy Lippincott. A great save by the senior goaltender for the Nordonia Knights. This one's knocked through center ice. Dearden has it. The Royals clear the zone. Dearden now moves in, far side left. In deep into the corner. Dearden cycles back, looks, circles, still controlling. Great job stick handling by the senior captain for CVCA. Dearden still has it and pushes it far deep in. Zach Nichols from the corner centers. Lippincott knocks one aside. The Royals try and reset up. Far side Lamline. Now back to the point for Dearden. Dearden looks, takes his time, fires and scores. Gabe Dearden from the left point beats Tommy Lippincott at 10 minutes, 13 seconds remaining in the second period. Official time of the goal, 4:47 for the Royals senior captain. He puts CVCA up by 2. The score, 3-1. Nice job with the Royals, or by the Royals, pressuring in the offensive zone that time. A team effort. The puck found Dearden, and he knows what to do with it. Face off at center ice. Pushed in. Officially, they call that an unassisted goal, but I believe Jack Lamline pushed that puck to Dearden. Meanwhile, the Knights pressuring CVCA now. Zach Nichols comes up with the puck, tries to clear, cannot, still in the zone. Knocked behind the goal. Far side, Mark Mosher's on it. Pressured by Nordonia, still kept in, centered. And it is knocked off the face mask of one of the Knights through the center ice. And Sam Porter chases into the zone. Far side into the corner. Porter is the first man to it for CVCA. Tries to find Mark Mosher, who's dumped behind the goal. And the Knights will control and come out with it. With speed through center ice comes number 19, Kenton Carroll. Carroll tries to find, and he gets his way to the goal, gets a shot on JT Nichols, who pushes it aside. Nice job by Carroll, and now Luke Parada will control for CVCA. Parada reverses to find Zach Nichols. Nichols has it. Nichols turns it over, and fortunately CVCA is there to clean up. It looked like one of the Royals came up and just decided to send it down the ice. The Royals get a break, and they'll ice it and reset. Royals 3, Knights 1, 8 minutes, 58 seconds to go. Second period action. CVCA doubling up the Knights on shots on goal. It's 14-7. There's a shot off the face-off near Nichols. It's pushed aside. Stolen by Morgan Joy. Morgan Joy moves up the ice. If she hurries, she's got a 3-on-1. She finds Lamline. Lamline being pressured. Nice job back-checking by one of the Nordonia Knights. Otherwise, it would have been another potential opportunity for a goal for CVCA. That was a nice play set up by Morgan Joy. Joy tries to center, looks, and it skips over the skates, or the blade, rather, of it looks like Lamline, and is knocked down the ice. Icing is called against the Nordonia Knights. We've got a stoppage with 8:24 to go in the second period. Offensive zone face-off for CVCA to the right of Lippincott. Sam Porter takes it for CVCA, knocks it in deep. Around the boards, near side it comes, and cycled back down low. Matthew Porter chases after it for CVCA. He's knocked aside, but in to retrieve it is his brother Sam. Kept in by the Royals, and now finally knocked out. Gabe Dearden is there to take care of any kind of danger, and it's cycled back up. Mark Mosher has it. Mosher pushes it up ice, and it's checked by number 27, Matt Monaco. Mosher stays with it, and we've got a stoppage. It looks like they may get CVCA for offsides. Royals lead 3-1. Goals by Joy, Parada, and Dearden. For CVCA, the lone goal for the Knights by Anthony Rock so far. Face-off is pushed into the offensive zone. Luke Parada chases it and comes up with it, falls down. Nordonia will capitalize on that, but Parada will have none of it. Takes it right back, picks the pocket of the Knights defender, pushes in toward the goal. Knocked down, Morgan Joy there to retrieve. Centers, shot, save. Lamline was there right in the front of the goal, unguarded. Tried to bury it, but Lippincott was up to the task. It's knocked out. Zach Nichols chops at it into the zone. Averts disaster in center ice. The Knights knock it up. And now it knocks into the zone. Fortuitous bounce. JT Nichols doesn't have to make a play, and now he does. Shot by number 17. Nichols pushes it aside. Nordonia pressuring. Cycled in deep. Morgan Joy has it. Knocks it back up. Krasinski has it. He pushes it toward the goal. It's knocked away. Luke Parada now retrieves for CVCA and heads up ice. Parada across the center line. Into the offensive zone with speed. Right side. Parada. Shot. Wide. Matthew Porter's there. Finds a defenseman. D to D. Dearden. Dearden shoots. It's wide. Kept in by Zach Nichols. Zach Nichols slap shot toward the goal, and it's just wide. Lippincott may have pushed it wide there. Centered. The Royals with intense pressure. Dearden tries to keep it in. It's finally cleared out, but the Royals, Jack Lamline is there, and he sends it up ice once again. The Royals continue to pressure. Matthew Porter pushes it in. Fans on it a little bit. It goes in for a moment and then back out. Lamline now pushes it back in deep, and they will wave off the icing, it looks like. And so Nordonia will have to work to get it out of the defensive zone. Sam Porter there with the pressure. The puck is chipped up and out now to center ice. And Dearden is back. He's getting help from Mosher. Mosher poke checks it away. Matthew Porter there to try and retrieve the puck. It comes to a Nordonia Knight. It's shot wide. Mark Mosher there on defense, and Mosher looks like he clears it. He does, and they will call icing. Stoppage in play with 5 minutes and 48 seconds to go in the second period. Royals 3, Knights 1. Great chances by CVCA in the offensive zone. Among them, that shot by Lamline off the centering pass by Joy. Zach Nichols with a slap shot looking for his first goal of his career. Morgan Joy has already netted her first career goal tonight. Face-off is won by CVCA. Parada has it, but it's off his skate and off his stick rather, turned over. Gabe Dearden's there to clean that up. Dearden in the corner, battles, kicks it up. It goes to a Knight. Nichols pushes it away as it was all the way to the CVCA goalie in the corner. The Royals do control, and Luke Parada comes up with it. Parada pushes it up ice. Dearden skates out of the zone, finds Morgan Joy, who will push it in. Parada will pressure back through the center zone. Max Zushchin. Zushchin into his own offensive zone. Fires on Nichols. Nichols gets a glove on it. It's wide. Shot back toward Nichols is wide of the goal. The Knights keep it in. Brett Rapp loses his stick, and the Royals come up with it behind the goal. Parada pokes it forward, and it is not out. Turned over. Lamline, though, recovers. The Royals, Lamline, the assistant captain, junior, stops behind his net, and the Royals will start to break it out. At least they'll try to work it out. Lamline waits some more, and still longer. Finally decides to go. Looks to try and break out to Parada. Parada does finally come up with it. Gets into the offensive zone. Luke Parada on the left side gets behind the goal, being pressured by a couple of Knights. Lamline now steals the puck. Working hard to retain, and finally it's knocked out by Nordonia. In deep, Josh Petchke with a shift. Petchke behind the goal, controls. Petchke moves forward. The Royals try to break it out once again. They do. Center ice. The Knights come up with it into the offensive zone. Fired, and JT Nichols says, I'll have none of that. Nichols with the glove save. 3:52 remains in the second period. Royals leading 3-1. Face off to the left of Nichols. Controlled by the Knights. Pushed in deep. Gabe Dearden looks for it. Dearden comes up with it. Chips it forward and out of the zone. Mark Mosher chases. Mosher pressuring and comes up with it. Knocks it into the offensive zone for CVCA, but it's poke checked out. Dearden will find it on his blade, and he'll enter the zone, but they get him for offsides. Just late getting out of the zone was Mark Mosher, about a half a step. So both teams take a breather. The face-off will come on the face-off dot just outside the Royal zone near their bench. Sam Porter knocks the puck in deep. Josh Krasinski knocks it around the boards. It is out. The Royals recover. Matthew Porter ships it up to his brother Sam. It's knocked back into the zone and out once again into the Royals offensive zone, but the Royals cannot cover. It knocked back out, and here comes Nordonia. Pushing it in deep is Owen Tyndall. The Knights chase. There's a battle on the near boards. Dearden knocks it forward. Morgan Joy making chase after it, but not before, and icing is called. 2:52 to go. A much different second period than we saw on November 22nd when the Royals put up 8 goals. And the Knights had a similar amount. They scored 5 goals in that second period at Costello Rec Center. This one has seen just 1 goal scored, that goal by CVCA. The faceoff is pushed toward Nichols, who knocks it aside. The Royals clear the puck all the way down the ice, and it'll be another icing with 2:43 to go. The defenses of both teams stepping up considerably compared to that first game. It's been a battle to find practice time, especially before the season began. You can tell that both these teams are better off for the 3 weeks and 1 day that have passed since the first meeting between the two teams. Royals control the faceoff again, but again it is pushed down the ice, and we'll have another icing call with 2:37 to go in the second period. We are being entertained by the music choices tonight. YMCA being played. Not a lot of folks doing the YMCA here. There are not a lot of folks here. Royals control that face-off, but it's knocked high and off one of the uprights, the stanchions. The Royals will now move the face-off to the near zone, to the right of Nichols, or the near face-off dot to the right of JT Nichols, but still it'll be their 4th attempt to control a faceoff and clear it out of the zone. Puck is down, and it gets in on Nichols, who makes the save. Dearden finds the puck on the blade of his stick and clears the zone, pushes forward. It'll jump over the stick of one of the Nordonia Knights, and finally the Royals avoid an icing. But the Knights come back once again with speed through the neutral zone, and Zach Nichols lays out to try and stop that from getting to his brother JT. Nichols on the save, and the Royals clear it for another icing. Nordonia with a lot of pressure here in the last 2 minutes. The Royals will have another defensive zone faceoff. Sam Porter will take this one. He'll face Brian Sebastian, and it's controlled by the Royals but not out. Shot is fired in by Daniel Kimpton. It's wide of the net. Mosher has it. It trickles toward Nichols, but controlled by Gabe Dearden. Dearden will circle behind his net. The senior captain will then try and control things and settle things down for the Royals as he makes his way out of the zone. Gets pressured in the neutral zone, though, and it's turned over, but Sam Porter is there to knock it away. Knocked back. Zach Nichols has it. Nichols looks. Cross ice. Finds Dearden. Dearden looks. Reaching for Sam Porter. Just out of his outstretched reach. No icing is called, though Nordonia will have to retrieve. They try and knock it out. Zach Nichols is there, and actually a great play, because if he had not taken it, and he takes a huge hit, if he had not made that stop, it looked like an opportunity for Nordonia. But as I look back, Gabe Dearden was there playing center field, and had it gotten by Zach Nichols, Max Zushkin would have had Dearden to deal with before he got to the CVCA goaltender. They may have called play with a high stick, I'm not quite sure, but they bring the faceoff into the CVCA defensive zone to the right of JT Nichols with 1:15 to go. It's knocked in deep. Zach Nichols cycles it back up, looking for Luke Parada. Parada pokes it up ice. He finds Lamline, who's out at a nice rest. Lamline with speed. Backhander wide of Lippincott. Lamline tries to center. It's poked away. Looks, controls, dishes to his teammate and fellow assistant captain Luke Parada. Parada with a shot. It doesn't get through. Knocked down. And here come the Knights. That is poked far down the ice. Icing is waved off. Zach Nichols will retrieve it. Nichols pokes it forward, looking for Parada. It's over his skate. Here we go. Breakaway opportunity. JT Nichols up to the task. It jumps straight up in front of him, and one of the Nordonia Knights plows into JT Nichols. And they're going to send the Knights player off. Max Zushkin will go into the penalty box, and we'll assume that's probably going to be goaltender interference. 2 minutes for Max Zushkin, the time of the penalty, 14 minutes and 26 seconds of the second period. So the Royals will be on the power play for the remainder of the second period, and that will carry over into the third period should the Royals not be able to put one into the net here. Jack Lamline will take the faceoff. Sam Porter to his right. Parada to his left. The defensemen are Dearden and Zach Nichols. It's the second power play opportunity of the night for CVCA. They are 0 for 1, but did score just after the last power play ended. Shot by Gabe Dearden as the faceoff came to him. It is wide. Sam Porter behind the net, tried to center. Now he gets it back. Porter with it, looks for Zach Nichols. Zach Nichols takes his time, crosses D to D. He's got Gabe Dearden. Shot by Dearden is wide. Zach Nichols keeps it in. Nichols looks, and Nichols steps up, shoots, save. Shot, rebound, saved again. Lamline has it, 8 seconds left behind the net. Lamline fires it toward the goal. It's pushed wide. Parada chases it, but time is going to run out. 2 seconds, 1 second. He does get a shot, and Lippincott is there, and we've got some pushing and shoving after the goal, after the horn, rather. But both teams think better of that, and we've reached the end of the second period. The Royals score 1 goal in the second period. That goal by Gabe Dearden, the senior captain from the left point. Shots on goal officially after 2. 16 for CVCA, 12 for Nordonia. And the score as the teams head to the locker room at the second intermission is the Royals 3 and the Nordonia Knights 1. Nordonia retreats as CVCA has already gone to their locker room. We've reached the second intermission. The Zamboni heads back out on the ice. We take a look over at Mike Dearden. Mike, what do you got for shots on goal officially on our scorebook?
CVCA for 18, Nordonia for 12.
So the CVCA scorebook says 18 shots on goal for the Royals, Nordonia 12, so we agree on that one. When the third period does begin, there will be 1 minute and 26 seconds of power play time left for the Royals, who will lead this one 3-1. So we apologize again to you for the technical difficulties we had with the stream in the first period tonight, and the fact that we had to take the stream down slightly for a short period during the first intermission. We believe that we've got the stream issues and the internet issues all taken care of now. I get a head shake from Sean Mosher, who's up doing the buttons and the video tonight. So again, if you are following along with us, we are only as good as the internet connectivity. It is a difficult internet connection inside the Gilmour Academy Ice Arena. All types of aluminum type looking material on the top, and we think that probably makes it difficult to get the signal from any of the service providers, AT&T, T-Mobile, Sprint, or others, but we have managed to figure it out, and hopefully you are enjoying this broadcast tonight. My name is Tim Nichols. We mentioned we were being assisted by Sean Mosher, pressing the buttons and making the video come into your living rooms this evening. Also assisted by Mike Dearden and Jeff Porter as well, keeping score for us. We're going to give you some overview during the first intermission of some of the other CVCA activities that took place this weekend. We mentioned the girls basketball team victorious yesterday, and the wrestling team dropping a dual meet to St. Vincent, St. Mary, and Beaver Local. The Royals hockey team on the short end of a 4-2 score on Friday night against Normandy. The boys basketball team was on the road on Friday night and defeated Orville, the Red Riders, by a score of 47-42, and tipping the cap to senior Carter Scott, who was featured as a future shooting star in a weekend feature article in the Akron Beacon Journal. Earlier Friday night, the boys JV basketball team defeated Orville 55-25. And yesterday, a big win for the 9th grade boys basketball team over St. Ignatius, 62-56. Friday night, the swim teams were in action up on the lake at Perry in Lake County against the Pirates, and the swim team, the boys swim team, recorded a resounding 99-17 victory. Girls swim team came up short on the short end of a 115-60 decision. We mentioned Friday night, but it bears repeating. Big week for college signings for several CVCA athletes this week. Girls volleyball star Malia Gibbons committed to continue her academic and volleyball careers at Ursuline College, and we look forward to following her as she goes on to play volleyball at Ursuline. Senior boys tennis player Alex Stout made his commitment to continue his academic and tennis career down in Columbus at Capital University. And senior softball player Amelia Timko, that is, committed to head south on I-77, continue her academic and softball careers as a Pioneer at Marietta College. We head into the final week of academic activity in the quarter and the semester at CVCA this week. The Royals students will be online, I believe, Monday and Tuesday of this week, wrapping up their semester. It's been a great semester for CVCA as they have been able to keep classes in person since the beginning of school in August, and now with the break at the end of the semester, I believe they'll have at least 3 weeks. I'd have to double check the calendar but at least 3 weeks before school resumes in January, and hopefully an opportunity to socially distance the students and the teachers from each other and ride out this wave of coronavirus as the pandemic continues. It is the reason we are coming to you tonight on the live stream. Tonight again here at Gilmour Academy Ice Arena, the Nordonia Knights Athletic Department limiting attendance to just a single ticket for each Nordonia player, and no tickets for any CVCA parent, unfortunately. So we're glad that you're with us and able to follow along with the action. So as school wraps up, the athletic activity will not wrap up. It's still another big week for CVCA athletics. On Tuesday, the swim team is at Stowe Monroe Falls. Bowling will have a match against Lake Center Christian also on Tuesday. And boys basketball has a home game also against Lake Center Christian at 7 p.m. On Wednesday night, swim is back in action on the road at Louisville. And girls basketball has a conference home game against Tuslaw. CVCA's bowlers will be back in action on Thursday against St. Vincent St. Mary. And boys basketball is at home on Friday night against the Manchester Panthers. Next Saturday, wrestling has another meet against Carrollton, Lake, and Copley. Girls basketball will be on the road at Northwest against the Indians. And your CVCA Royals hockey team will be on the road against Lakewood, who resumes their hockey program this week after a 3-week hiatus in the Lakewood hockey program, and I believe they're also their athletic department. So, word is that Lakewood should have 3 games scheduled next weekend, one against these Royals and also one against these same Nordonia Knights. That'll wrap up the Royals' schedule for hockey before the Christmas holiday, but immediately after the Christmas holiday, it'll be lots of hockey at the Dan Costal Rec Center as the CVCA Royals Christmas tournament is scheduled to take place. There'll be 2 games each, at least as the schedule says right now, on Saturday, December 26th and Sunday, December 27th. 5 teams will be in the tournament as it stands right now. All teams will take a break on the 28th and resume action on the 29th and the 30th, with the finals to be played on Wednesday, December 30th. We are at the second intermission. Score is the Royals 3, Nordonia 1. Again, recapping tonight, the first CVCA goal was scored by Morgan Joy, her first high school goal of her career. Morgan Joy has been a spark plug for CVCA in her first year for CVCA and the Royals, and had 2 great opportunities on Friday night. She capitalized tonight. The puck found her, and she knew exactly what to do with it, beating goaltender Tommy Lippincott to put the Royals up 1-0. A few minutes thereafter, the Knights tied it up. A scramble ensued in front of goaltender JT Nichols, and the puck squirted by him. The goal was credited to the Nordonia Knights senior forward Anthony Rock. Later on in the first period, the Royals went back ahead in the final minute, I believe it was, just after a power play opportunity had expired, but before Nordonia could get their 5th man back out on the ice and into the defensive zone. Luke Parada found the puck behind the net, circled back right out in front, and from point-blank range about 3 feet away, beat Tommy Lippincott on the short side high and found the back of the net to put the Royals up 2-1. That's where it stood at the end of 1. In the second period, the Royals pressured early, and Gabe Dearden, after an elongated time in the offensive zone, found the puck at the left point, fired, and Lippincott may have been screened. Dearden beat him, and that's where we stand right now. The score, the Royals 3 and the Nordonia Knights 1. A minute 30 shows on the clock. Here as the clock winds down, the Zamboni has completed its activity and cleaned the ice. When the teams do return, the Royals will have 1 minute and 26 seconds of power play time, and we'll be back with you in about 1 minute as we get ready for the third period. We're getting ready to go here. Third period action soon to be underway. The Nordonia Knights making their way back onto the ice. You are watching CVCA Royals hockey. My name is Tim Nichols, being assisted by Sean Mosher on the camera and pressing the buttons, making things work for us tonight. We're glad you're watching, whether it's on Boxcast and one of the platforms. If you are watching on your computer via Boxcast, do know that Boxcast does have TV apps available for Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. If you have one of those platforms on your television, you can download the Boxcast app from one of those services and search for CVCA. I believe it's CVCA football live stream still. We have not yet rebranded that. But if you search for that within the Boxcast app, you can find these games and watch on your big screen TV. We also are simulcasting on CVCA Athletics Facebook page and on the CVCA Boosters YouTube page. And here we go, third period action, ready to get underway. The Royals will start out on a power play for 1 minute and 26 seconds. The puck is dropped and we're ready to go. Immediately, the Knights clear the puck into the defensive zone for CVCA as they try and whittle away some of that power play time. Gabe Dearden goes back and has it on his stick. Dearden cross ice, looks for Sam Porter. Porter pushes it forward into the offensive zone. But Nordonia's defender, number 19, Kenton Carroll, is there. Try and take care of it, but the Royals, Sam Porter, pushes it toward the goal, and Lippincott has to push it aside. Jack Parada had it on his stick, but skated past it, and one of the Knights was there to quickly send it down the ice and clear it. 45 seconds to go on the power play for CVCA. The Knights try and clear once again. It falls to one of the Knights players. Nichols takes it, stops, rebound. Shorthanded opportunity is pushed aside, and now the Royals have a 3-on-2. Lamline fires, and it's knocked high to the near side. Retrieving it is Luke Parada. Parada looks for Mark Mosher. Too fast and too hot for Mosher, and it goes all the way back into the defensive zone. 16 seconds to go. Lamline looks forward, and out of the outstretched arms, that is, of both Luke Parada and Gabe Dearden, and the Royals will be called for icing. 11 seconds remaining on the power play opportunity. In the box and ready to come out for Nordonia is number 20, junior Max Zustin, who's in for goaltender interference. Face off to the left of CVCA goaltender JT Nichols. The puck finds itself on the blade of Dearden, who skates out with it across the neutral zone. Fires in deep, near side. Porter reaches. Caden Ballard out for a shift. And Nordonia comes back up with it. Shot toward Nichols, who covers the Knights at full strength. Zustin back in on JT Nichols right out of the box. Gets close, but does not make contact with the senior goaltender this time. And we're at 13:25 to go, third period. Royals leading 3-1, both teams full strength. Lamline and Monaco, the combatants who take the face-off. The Knights control, at least they try. Now it whittles back. Lamline finds it, pokes it forward to his teammate Parada, who looks for Morgan Joy. Can't find her, and it goes all the way down the ice for an icing. The stoppage comes at 13:12 to go in the third period, just underway. First couple of minutes. Again to the left of senior goaltender JT Nichols, Monaco and Lamline again. The puck is down. Parada scoops it up. Sends it back behind the goal. Mosher pushes it forward, tries to control, loses it. Centering pass is cleaned up by a Royal. I think that might have been Parada, and it was. He continues to control, circles back now cross ice. Pass up ice to Dearden. Dearden pushes forward, controls. Gabe Dearden, centered, shot, scores. Gabe Dearden. His second goal of the night. Dearden got the pass, controlled, entered the offensive zone, was directly in front of Tommy Lippincott, fired low and beat Lippincott at 2 minutes and 17 seconds into the third period, extending the CVCA Royals lead to 4-1. Back underway, Royals leading by 3, looking for win number 3 on the season. They get the assist officially for Mark Mosher on the Dearden goal. So Dearden from Mosher at 2:17 of the third period, making the score 4-1. After that, the Royals controlling once again. Up ice they come. It's Dearden again. He's checked and the puck is knocked out of the offensive zone. Across ice, Mark Mosher has it again. Mosher pressured and intercepted by number 11, Anthony Rock. But he's dispossessed and the Royals come back up ice. It's Dearden again into the offensive zone. Stops, circles, fires. Lippincott is ready. Pushes it aside. And it's retrieved behind the net by one of the Nordonia Knights. Up ice with it, number 12, Anthony Stutler. But it's turned over in the neutral zone and knocked back in by Matthew Porter. Right in on Lippincott. Lippincott finds his teammate right there with him. And they push it forward with it. Anthony Rock, the goal scorer for the Knights. Rock pushes it forward, but Mark Mosher is there to retrieve it. Cross ice to Dearden. Check that, it's Zach Nichols cross ice. Nichols pokes it forward, finds Parada, who pushes it into the zone. And the Royals will chase it, as will the Knights. Caden Ballard, shorthanded goal on Friday night. Back there pressuring. The Knights come forward, but push it down ice. They do wave off icing. Mosher gets on his horse and retrieves the puck behind the net rather. Mosher now far side, gets upended, does clear the puck out of the zone. Nordonia has to wait because they're offsides and they turn it over. Parada knocks it in deep and both teams will chase once again. Back behind the goal. It's turned over. Parada near side comes up with the puck. Now skates in and is knocked to the left before he can get a shot off. Nice job by the defensive zone, by the defense. Zach Nichols finds it on his blade. Fires, it's knocked down. Parada comes up with it and fires. Lippincott on the save. Parada again. Parada circles back. Near side. Parada now goes in deep. Still has it. Centers. And finds his way back to him. Lamline there trying to find it. Now it's top of the key. Ballard fires toward the goal wide. And Lippincott says, I've had enough of this. He dives on it to make a stoppage at 10 minutes, 16 seconds to go. Royals 4, Knights 1. Ballard will take the face-off. It's poked in deep. Both teams battle. Sam Porter comes up with it, fires just wide to the near side. Zach Nichols retrieves, comes back, fires it in deep, knocked aside by number 5, Daniel Kimpton. Porter behind the net, pokes it, tries to find Ballard, but Kimpton comes up with speed. Through the neutral zone, Zach Nichols comes up with it, sends it forward, out of danger's way, and it's poked back in by CVCA. Josh Petchke now in for CVCA on a shift. Retreats back behind his own goal. Petchke has it, the freshman. Pokes it forward. The Royals will try and set up and work it out. Couple of passes. Ballard has it, going through the neutral zone, and he's knocked off the ice. A little poke and punch by number 14, Carson Carroll, goes unnoticed. Ballard is unfazed, has it, tries to find Zach Nichols. Nichols, and it gets knocked out. Back to Nichols near center ice. A huge hit on Petchke, who's going to draw a penalty against Nordonia. We talked about the lack of discipline by the Nordonia Knights when they get behind. And again, number 14, Carson Carroll, who probably leads this team in penalty minutes, takes another 2-minute penalty. And the Royals will go back on the power play. Officially, it's 2 minutes for roughing for number 14, Carson Carroll, the senior. Shot off the faceoff is saved by Lippincott, and he covers, or does he? It's still loose, actually. Poked toward the point, and Mark Mosher cannot keep it in, so the Royals will retreat on the power play. Out there for the Royals is Jack Lamline, Mosher, Dearden, Parada, and Morgan Joy. They find Joy, who knocks it in on Lippincott. He almost misplays it. It's still loose. He does misplay it, but the Knights fortunately poke it out. Dearden has it, and the Royals clear. Now Dearden brings it in the zone, fires on Lippincott, who blocks it with the blocker. Parada covers. He's poked, but still controls. Battling with him is Zustian. Parada controls behind the net. Centered and shot. Save by Lippincott. It looked like Morgan Joy aiming to get her second of the night. Lippincott was ready for it, though, and jumped on it. So Morgan Joy heads to the bench. Sam Porter replaces her. Lamline will take the face-off. A minute 17 remaining on the power play. Lamline controls behind the net. Lamline wraparound chance is poked aside and out, and the Knights will clear it down the ice. 1 minute, 8 seconds left. JT Nichols plays it, and the Royals poke it up the ice. They find Luke Parada in the neutral zone. Parada finds Porter. Porter across the blue line, fires wide. Gabe Dearden retrieves. He's got it, pokes it far into the corner. Porter skates behind the goal. Check that, it's Parada, not Porter. He passes to Dearden. Shot fired high. Mark Mosher has to retrieve it, and he does. Delayed offside against CVCA, and here comes the Knights with a shorthanded chance. Fired wide of JT Nichols. Dearden will be there. Come up with it, 25 seconds. Big hit. Dearden gets back up. Lamline's at the blue line and dumps it in. 18 seconds to go on the power play. Behind the goal, the Royals will control. Lamline is dumped to the point, and unfortunately out over the blade of Mark Mosher, and that'll do it on the penalty time. Mosher sends it in, but both teams even strength. 7 minutes, 11 seconds to go, third period. Royals 4, Nordonia Knights 1. Luke Parada controls for CVCA and dumps it in deep. The Knights knock it out. The puck flutters into the zone. Zach Nichols is there. He's being chased by number 12. That's Anthony Stutler. Stutler has it, centers. Shot on Nichols. Save. It comes back out. Now it finds its way behind the net. Controlled by Nordonia. Right in front of the net. Nichols saves another one. Third one, and that one's going to score. JT Nichols was able to stop the first two, but the third one fell tantalizingly right in front of him, about 5 feet. And one of the Nordonia Knights was there to knock it into the net and cut the deficit to 4-2 with 6 minutes and 33 seconds to go. So back to a 2-goal game. Morgan Joy now with it into the offensive zone, dumps it in. They credit that goal to Carson Carroll, that is, with the goal. Anthony Stutler gets the assist. Meanwhile, Zach Nichols with a shot is wide. Royals keep it in. Dearden there at the point, but the Knights try and break it out. CVCA 4 and Nordonia 2 now. Royals get back on side. Ballard has it, fires on Lippincott, stick save, poked aside. In there is Dearden. Dearden dumps it in deep. Ballard looking for it. Pokes it back toward Dearden. Dearden will control. Moves back toward the blue line. Now centers to the center. And Lippincott with a save. Rebound fired on by Ballard. Lippincott a second save. And a huge hit to Morgan Joy, who takes an elbow to the head. They've got the penalty. A vicious hit to Morgan Joy from CVCA, but she gets back up. In the bench, into the penalty box goes Daniel Kimpton. He took at least one 5-minute major yesterday in their game at NDCL, and we'll wait to see what they put up on the board here this time. Frankly, 2 minutes, just 2 minutes. The Royals go back on the power play. Mosher tries to clear, but now a chance. And they're going to get offsides. The Nordonia Knights had a shorthanded opportunity there, but just a little too eager on the near side was one of the Nordonia Knights. And they'll call a stoppage and bring it back out to the face-off dot. .5:22, the Royals leading 4-2 and back on the power play. They're 0 for 2 on the power play tonight. This is their third opportunity. Mark Mosher, Mosher, fans on it, shot wide. Gabe Dearden now into control, and he'll try and start up ice for CVCA. A dangerous play there for the Royals as Mosher lost the puck right in front of the goalie, JT Nichols. Dearden dumps it in deep. Sam Porter has it. Porter battles. In to help is Luke Parada. And the Knights come up with it. They try and clear, but Dearden is there at the point. Keeps it in, fires. It's knocked down, and there's a just wide, poked wide, huge pileup in front of the goal. Parada has it. Another backhanded shot. Lippincott is there to save, and another pileup in front of the goal as Sam Porter is pushed aside by Josh Krasinski. We mentioned at the start that Nordonia head coach Rick Sinelli told reporters yesterday his team has the finesse of a sledgehammer, and we're seeing a bit of that late here in the third period as the Knights try and battle back from a 2-goal deficit. The Royals trying to get more. Shot off the faceoff is pushed aside by Lippincott. Ballard will retrieve, push it around the boards. Parada pushes up to the point. Dearden has it. Dearden back toward Parada, but it evades him and it is cleared down the ice. Nichols will save it as it's on goal. 50 seconds remains on the power play. Nichols pushes it up, finds Parada, and he'll head up ice. Does Luke Parada. 1-on-3, he's got company. Ballard charging the net. Parada circles behind the net. Centers, looks for Lamline, kicks it to himself. Lamline now near side, fires. It's a short angle shot that Lippincott has got, and a couple of words. Lamline pushes aside number 18, Josh Krasinski. The clock is running. Not quite sure why, but they're going to have to reset and put some time back on the clock. I believe they did not stop it when Lippincott covered. It currently reads 3 minutes and 47 seconds to go in the third period. 16 seconds to go on the penalty to Daniel Kimpton. The referee is over at the scorer's table, and we'll see if they put more time on the clock. I believe they're going to put 8 seconds. They will not put it on the clock, but they'll let the clock stop until that time is run. Meanwhile, Parada controls, circles, fires, and Lippincott makes the save. The Nordonia defense let assistant captain junior Luke Parada circle and fire from about 8 feet away. No pressure on him. Clock is running again, so now 15 seconds remains on the power play. 3:45 to go in the regulation. Lamline tries to control, knocks it deep for Parada. Parada behind the net, 8 seconds to go. Parada circles in front, fires toward the net. Ballard tried to poke it in, could not. 1 second left, power play time is over. Parada with a shot that's knocked down. Both teams even strength, but the CVCA Royals continue to control. Luke Parada circles, backhanded shot at Lippincott, who makes another save. And the senior goaltender for the Nordonia Knights has been under supreme and extreme pressure here in the latter part of the third period. Reinforcements in for the Royals. 3 minutes and 22 seconds as the Royals get a shift change. Sam Porter will take the face-off. His brother Matthew is to his left. The puck is down and pushed deep into the corner. Sam Porter looks for it. Now Matthew Porter has it. Fights back to his brother, who shoots on net. Now it's kicked back into the corner. Now pushed around the boards, near side, and Nordonia will try and break out with it. Morgan Joy has it. It's back to Zach Nichols, who pushes up ice, tries to find Sam Porter in the neutral zone, but Nordonia comes up with it, and here they come again. Josh Waite. Check that. Jacob Waite. Tries to get a shot and goal. It does not get all the way in. It's knocked out by CVCA, and the Knights will come back at the CVCA offensive zone. In with it. Behind the goal is number 5, Daniel Kimpton, who centers. JT Nichols pushes it aside. The Royals try and clear, and they do. Delayed offside, and they wave it off. Now Nordonia retrieves once again. We're down to 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Cross ice pass to Daniel Kimpton, who comes into the offensive zone, fires, it's knocked down, and the Royals will clear it and ice the puck with 2 minutes and 18 seconds to go in regulation. Royals 4, Nordonia Knights 2. The face-off with 2:18 to go in the game in regulation time will come to the left of JT Nichols. The Royals' first line back out there. And before the face-off will happen, the Knights will call timeout. Timeout Nordonia. Head coach Rich Sinelli taking his only timeout of the game. Both teams retreat toward their benches. The Royals' first line takes a knee, getting some instruction from head coach Doug Fairchild. Mark Brower, Rich Hurdle, and Jonathan Beckett look on. Sinelli undoubtedly giving instructions to his Knights as they're trying to come back and even this game. They're going to need 2 goals to do that in the final 2 minutes and 18 seconds. We said it before, but a much different game tonight than we saw in the 13-10 decision 22 nights ago at the Costel Rec Center, the opening game of the season. Goals tonight for CVCA by Morgan Joy, Luke Parada, and a pair of goals by Gabe Dearden. The goals for the Nordonia Knights by Anthony Rock and Carson Carroll. Face-off is toward JT Nichols. He pushes it aside. Gabe Dearden with the body in the corner, trying to dispossess the puck. It's poked out by Jack Lamline. Lamline tries to poke to himself, and now it's pushed back in deep in the zone. Near side, Mark Mosher with chase, but he's a little too late, can't get to it. The puck squirts toward the blue line, but still kept in by Nordonia. Dearden is behind the goal. He'll retrieve it. And it circles, tries, and keeps to himself. Dearden will now try and get the puck out. Stick handles and finds Caden Ballard. Ballard across center ice and knocks it in deep. Minute 37 to go. Nordonia will control, trying to come out with it, but if they find Dearden, not one of their own, Dearden pushes it back in, delayed offsides. The Royals clear the zone. Nordonia will retrieve with a minute 26 to go. They knock it out, but they do not control it. Mark Mosher has it. He's pressured, though, by Carson Carroll. And we've got a stoppage. We'll wait for the call. The CVCA penalty box is open. They're going to get Mark Mosher. So, the Royals will go on the penalty kill as Mosher goes into the box. Do they get one each? Check that. Offsetting penalties, they call. So it will be Mosher in the box for CVCA. We'll get the name of the Nordonia penalty in just a moment, but it will be 5-on-5. And the Royals will call timeout. Timeout. 1 minute, 16 seconds to go. The Royals with a 4-2 lead. It will be an offensive zone face-off for the Nordonia Knights. In all likelihood, we may have seen the last of Tommy Lippincott tonight. We assume, and we do, as Lippincott takes a spot on the bench, that the Knights will go 6-on-5 for the final 1 minute and 16 seconds in search of not one, but 2 goals to try and tie up this game. A nice night for Tommy Lippincott tonight. He faced 29 shots so far, made 25 saves, does the senior goaltender for the Nordonia Knights. It's been a tough season for him so far. but any senior goaltender will tell you that you don't get to be a senior goaltender without great effort and just a fearsome attitude. Lippincott acquitting himself quite well tonight for the Nordonia Knights. But his night is likely done. His teammates will have to come up with 2, and the Royals, of course, want to make sure that does not happen in search of their 3rd victory of the season. They'll have to defend a 6-on-5 situation for 1 minute and 16 seconds. Taking the face-off for Nordonia's Matt Monaco. It's hard to see where screen, but we assume it's the Lamline, and it is for CVCA on the face-off. The puck is down, squirts, and the Royals try and clear the zone. They do, or do they? No, it's kept in by Monaco. Monaco skates in, fires wide of JT Nichols. The Royals try and chase it and clear it. They finally do clear the zone out into the defensive zone. Lamline pressuring. Nordonia tries to push it back up ice. It's controlled by Dearden, who pushes toward the goal. It's pushed aside by number 18, Josh Krasinski. Will have to reset. He's pressured by Lamline. Nordonia tries to break out, 45 seconds. Here they come, 3-on-2. Into the corner. Toward Nichols, and JT Nichols covers with 38.27 seconds to go in the 3rd period. Four to 2, 38 seconds away from victory is CVCA. Nordonia trying to come up with a miracle. Face off to the right of Nichols. It's pushed into the corner. Dearden fires toward the goal and just wide. Dearden missed a hat trick on the empty netter by about 3 inches. Instead, it's an icing with 33.38 seconds to go. The last thing the Nordonia Knights want is Gabe Dearden to find the puck on his blade, because he can score from anywhere on the ice, and he almost just did right there. Face off to the right of Nichols again. This time it's controlled by CVCA and knocked out and cleared. Great play by the Royals on defense. That was Luke Parada. 25 seconds as Parada chases and pressures into the neutral zone. Lamline pressures. Now Sam Porter pressures and knocks it back. 18 seconds. Still in the neutral zone. Parada chases. It's controlled by the Knights. Out of the zone. Back in. Delayed offsides by CVCA, and they're going to get offsides barely. With 9.3 seconds to go, Sam Porter was going for that empty net. Did not realize that he had a teammate still in the zone. But it's looking fairly comfortable as one can be with still time left on the clock. 9.35 seconds to go. Face off in the neutral zone. And knocked in deep into Royals territory, and that's going to do it for tonight. 7 seconds left, down to 3, and we've got a final stoppage as the puck finds its way into the net with 2 seconds left. And a cameo by Lippincott, who will come back out with a face-off to his right. But it's academic now. The Royals leading 4-2 and will notch their 3rd victory of the season as the puck goes down. Lamline pushes it back. Zach will skate away with their 3rd victory of the season tonight with a final score, CVCA 4 and the Nordonia Knights 2. The Gilmour Academy Ice Arena is the site of the Royals' 3rd victory of the season. Both teams head to the respective blue lines and salute each other. A well-played game tonight by both teams. Final shots on goal, 29 shots for CVCA and 19 shots on the scoreboard for the Nordonia Knights, which means that JT Nichols in the scorebook has 17 saves on the evening, and Tommy Lippincott will be credited with 25. Recapping the scoring tonight in the first period, Morgan Joy scored her first career goal to get the scoring started, putting the Royals up 1-0. Anthony Rock tied it at 1 before Luke Parada gave the Royals a lead they would never relinquish late in the first period from right on goalie Tommy Lippincott. 2-1 at the end of the first period. In the second period, the Royals got another goal. This one from Gabe Dearden from the left point. And Dearden with another goal here in the third period before Nordonia rather, got their final goal of the evening. A goal by Carson Carroll, the senior, to make the final score 4-2. That'll just about do it tonight from Gilmour Academy Ice Arena. On behalf of the crew here tonight, Sean Mosher, who's made the internet work after the trouble we had in the first period, and Mike Dearden on scoring, and Jeff Porter keeping the scoreboard up to date, which I have been unable to do by myself the first couple of games that we've been doing this. We thank you for watching tonight. The Royals are next in action next week, Saturday, on the road at Lakewood. So look for more information on that on the CVCA Athletics website, the CVCA Athletics Facebook page, or on the CVCA Athletics Twitter account. For Royals Hockey, we thank you for watching tonight. This is Tim Nichols. So long. Have a great week, everybody.